Hi there, I just wanted to do a quick tutorial video. I've been making wedding invitations, or actually they're all made and in the mail. I'm very happy. I wanted to show you some of the things that I did with the papers that I had left over. I've shown this in another video. This was our wedding invitation. I'll just flash it quickly here without all of our information, but I did a 5x7 card base in the Perfect Plum from Stampin' Up, and then I did a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 Certainly Celery, and then layered on top of that was a shimmery piece of paper that I had printed on. I actually got it from Anchor Paper here in Plymouth, Minnesota, and I stamped on this with, I believe it was Colorbox chalk ink in Wisteria. I love this color, and it actually matched better than the Perfect Plum from Stampin' Up. So I used this Inkadinkadoo Circles and Dots set, which I bought on Amazon for like 11 something, and I know it's $9.99 at Joann's, and they have a 40% off sale this week right now. So just FYI, in case anybody's interested. It's really a cute set, but anyway, so I wanted to show you, here's what we, sent for our invites. What did I do? I have tons of, scrap paper from it. I just will show you a box of, some of the scraps of the Certainly Celery, Perfect Plum. So I'm trying to get, and then all the white paper from the RSVPs and everything else. So I'll show you, I did something with this, and also been using up, I've used a lot of these scraps. So I had a shower a few days ago, actually this past weekend, and I decided I wanted to make just a little favor for those attending. I just think it's so nice. I never feel like people should come and give me gifts, so it was so nice to see everybody. I wanted to get a little favor box with some candy in it, and these are just some extras. I used the Perfect Plum paper and the fancy favor box die from Stampin' Up. Love that. Holtz Rosette die. I'm a little bit obsessed with making rosettes. I just want to say that I think I made these boxes just to get rid of my rosettes, but this size paper, you don't need a 12x12. This is the 11-inch piece of paper, the Certainly Celery that was left over. I then utilized that to cut out the rosette die. It fits perfectly, and I don't use that little centerpiece on the die anyway. You can't see it because it didn't overlap, but I use a different flower center, so to me it doesn't matter if it cuts that out. So here's what I did with that. I had several different versions, and I even used some of our paper that we had on the invites to do white ones. So lots of different colors. So I'm thinking I need to use up some of these papers because they're good scraps. Like I don't want to throw them. So I saved all these green pieces because I really actually liked this edge from the rosette die. I thought, well, that could be kind of neat. We are going to need lots of thank you notes. I'm trying to send them out as soon as I get something, so just to let people know how appreciative we are. So what I came up with, here's a couple different versions. Just a little thank you note with that green edging here, and then the Perfect Plum, and then I did some stamping with the Circles and Dots set. So here's one that just has the many thanks on it. Here's one plain. I need to put the sentiment, but so I thought I'd walk through how I made these, and just to really, I've never done a tutorial, so I'm going to try to do this quickly. I don't like editing. So I am just using this Ivory Recollections cardstock that comes in, this value pack. It comes with the cards and envelopes. Saves me time. I got these at a really big discount once, and I'd like to use them up because they're taking up space. So they do have little nubbies, but I'm just not going to worry about that right now. So the first step is to take my Certainly Celery ink, and I'm going to take this stamp from the Circles and Dots set, and I'm just really randomly going to kind of go over, this is kind of a little scratch paper, go over the cardstock in varying spots randomly. This is not exact in any way. Just being a little bit careful not to go too low down here, but just trying to get some different coverage. So take that off, and then there's some other two little stamp sets that are stamps that are really cute. Just kind of fill in the spaces here. Again, really randomly, and I might just use this one. And it's not perfect, but it adds some background and some color. So my lighting is so terrible. Sorry, my camera is blocking the lamp here, but hopefully you can kind of see that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to freehand cut this piece of paper. I know I'm going to cut it longer than I need because I can always trim it. I couldn't quite get two card fronts with it, so what I want to do, I shouldn't put my stamp pad away. I want to edge it just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. I'm going to edge the Certainly Celery paper. Again, this is from just the scraps from the Holtz Rosette die. We're just using a scrap here. And then I am going to just run some of my Scotch tape on the back. And I want to leave room for the sentiment. So I'm just going to kind of use my grid here. Try to line it up evenly on both sides. So I've got that on there. I am just going to quickly trim off each side. And the next step is just to, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, sorry, I just used my Stampin' Up Polka Dot stamp set with my Big Shot and took these scraps of paper from the invitations and put them through the Big Shot embossing folder. I love that embossing folder. Cutest polka dots. I have the Cuttlebug one too, but these are just tinier, and I love it for cards. So, and I'm just going to adhere this on top. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I was in Michael's and I was going to use my 40% off coupon to get some more ATG tape, and they haven't had any for a long time. And last time I asked, they acted like they were bringing in a shipment, but I haven't seen anything, so I'm just curious if you guys think that they've totally are going, like, getting rid of the adhesive refill, or if it's just that they're always out. So if anybody knows, let me know. But so I'm just gonna trim that up, and then the next thing that I want to do, as I'm running out of time, is take my Perfect Plum ink. I'm using this Many Thanks. It's from a Hero Art stamp set, which I'll list in the credits. And I love the clear stamps for this, because I'm just gonna easily eyeball this, put it down in that open space below. That's the reason I didn't ink up with all the circles and dots. So, and that's not perfect in my tutorial world. There's so much more you could do. You could add ribbon, you could add buttons, you could make some really cute cards just using your scraps, but for my purposes I need to mail it, so this will work. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe. I hope to have a giveaway very soon. Thanks, bye.